I have one list to complete by 2022. Do we complete our list, or should I say, do we complete our TBR? Yes, I'm talking about my 2022 TBRs. The 2022 books which I want to read in this year. Every time we make list and then buy new books and then forget about the books which is already in our TBR, ever-growing TBR. Yes. So this video is going to be a little bit long. So grab your tea, coffee, anything you want to drink, and let's dive into the video. So very first book I'm about to talk in this list is the book which I wanted to read in last year 2021, but then I saw the size of the book and then I was like, no way, I'm not going to read it. I thought it will be good to add this book into 2022 TBR and see whether we can finish it or not. I'm talking about The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. Yes. Very famous book on investment, so everyone should read this, but this book is quite long, has good number of pages, like it's crossing around 600 pages, so it will be good to see whether I will finish this particular book or not. And the next book is a new release. Yes, it's a new release, released on 27th of December 2021, and I ordered it as a pre-ordered. Yes, I'm talking about Do Epic Shit by Ankur Warikoo. I regularly watch his videos on YouTube and I'm a huge fan of his concept. So it's quite interesting to see what he came up with. It's his first book and I already started this one. Yes. So look what's here. So this one, the next book which I am about to talk is definitely going to be in my 2022 TBR because one, it was in my January hopeful, and two, because I already started reading. Actually, I'm almost about to finish this book, and the book is The 5 Love Language. Yes, it's a self-help book on your relationship improvement. So as you can see, I already started reading and I already marked so many things, so it's quite helpful, and by the time the video is going live, I think I would have completed this book. If you want to see the review, do comment below. I will definitely make a review video because it's something very useful if you see how I'm making notes. Yes. Next book is XOXO. I don't know why I'm super excited to read this. Maybe it's a K-pop drama and I never saw anything related to Korean, but I heard so many good things about this book or Korean concept that it's quite something which is attracting me to read. And another reason why I added it into my 2022 TBR, because first, again I'm definitely going to read this one because in 2022 I'm doing a A to Z challenge, A to Z book challenge. I'm planning to read book with these initials. So finding a book with X is quite difficult and I don't have any choice instead apart from this. So definitely I'm going to read this particular book and mark it into my E to Z challenge. So in this way I am completing two things. First, a book from my 2022 TBR, and second, a book into my challenge. So I think this year I'm definitely going to read these 3 books from my TBR. Let's move to the next book, and it's Aristotle and Dante discovered the secret of the universe. Yes, it's the most hyped book on Bookstagram. I saw so many booktuber and Bookstagrammer talking about this particular book, so I wanted to explore what it's about. Like it's a love story. I know this thing, but I'm not sure about the whole detail. I just want to explore whether this book deserves the hype or not. And before going into the fiction book, I don't read the blurb and anything about the book, so I don't want to spoil myself. Yes, I am one of those people who didn't read this particular book, and it's Rich Dad and Poor Dad. It's one of the most known book in finance genre, and we all know that this book has so many good concepts which everyone is using into their life. So I want to explore this particular book and see what I can use and what will be helpful for me from this particular book. And moving on to the next book from the same genre, and it's A Psychology of Money. Yes, a bestseller of 2021, and it's something that everyone is recommending. Even James Clear said everyone should own a copy. So I want to explore along with the Rich Dad and Poor Dad, I want to know the psychology of money also, the behind psychology of money. Another book from the same concept, and which is Mint Your Money. This book has so many mixed reviews that some of the people is saying it's a good to read and some of them are completely against reading it. They are saying that nothing is important in this book. So I want to explore which side I belongs to, whether I recommend this one or not. It's by a Pranjal Kamra, and he's also a YouTuber. So he has come up with a book which is suitable for Indian audience or Indian taxpayers. So it will be interesting to see what we can learn from this particular book. And I promise this is going to be last book in this finance genre, and the book is again is for Indian audience, and keeping in mind of the Indian environment, Indian finance environment. If you guess the book, comment below. Now I am talking about Let's Talk Money. It's by Monica Hallan, and this book is not a quick guide to become rich or something, but it's something to live your dream life without getting worried about the investment and all. So yes, I want to read this book and see what I can grab from these. So in this year, I think there are so many books from the finance genre, but this one is definitely a last book. Moving on to a different genre, which is my one of the favorite genre, thriller books. In last few months, I could not manage to read thriller, but this time I am about to start the IVs by Alexa. So yeah, Alexa, wow, it sounds Alexa, do it for me. Okay, jokes apart. So this book is a thriller. I'm not sure whether it's a YA thriller or normal thriller. If you know, just comment below. And as I said that I don't like reading the blurb or any information related to book before diving into a fiction book, so I could not tell you anything about this particular book at this moment of time, but maybe hopefully in future I'll come up with a review. So my next book in this series is the 4 Agreement, and the book is a powerful code of conduct that can rapidly transform our lives to a new experience of freedom, to happiness and love. So I want to explore self-help also in this year. So let's see what I find about this book, because I heard so many good things. Actually, I added those books only into this genre which I already know that people are talking about. So yes, let's dive into the book and see how it goes for me. So now let's move on to the something related to law of attraction. Yes, my next to read is related to law of attraction, and I am a huge believer in law of attraction. The book I'm talking about is Power of Your Subconscious Mind, and this one is a classic. So yes, I want to explore classic also, and hopefully this is the easiest classic which I can find. Let's see how the practical things, practical tips and techniques inside this book works for me. I already read Secret and the Greatest Secret, so this will be kind of helpful for me. Now moving on to the next book from the same concept. As I said, I already read Secret and Greatest Secret, so the next book coming is The Magic. Yes, from the same author, in the sequence, in the series, I want to read whole book from this particular series, The Secret. I think 2 books are remaining, The Power and The Hero. I don't know anything about those 2 books. Even I don't own these 2 copies. If any of you own and you know what those books are, comment below. But yes, The Magic, I am looking forward to read this book, and I'm excited to read this. Now moving on to the next book in this 2022 books list is again an international bestseller, which is Ikigai. So Ikigai is a Japanese secret to a long and happy life with the internationally best-selling guide. Yes, the people of Japan believe that everyone has an Ikigai, a reason to jump out of bed each morning. Wow. So I want to know which Ikigai I have. It will be interesting to know. Actually, this one is into my TBR, because so many of you people already read this book in last year, and I saw it everywhere. Like there are so many people or friends whom I know is already reading this book, and some of them are like it's a must read, and some of them is kind of okay. So again, I want to see which side I belong. The next book in this list is from my brother. It's a gift, my birthday gift, so you can see this book is by TBR since a very long time. Like I already asked him to gift this particular book to me, and the book I'm talking about is a 5 AM Club. Yes, I wanted to explore these things. Last year I read The Atomic Habit and Miracle Morning. So Atomic Habit helped me to know the concept of building a habit or breaking the existing bad habits, and I used Miracle Morning concept to include those good habits into my lifestyle. Now it will be good to understand that what this 5 AM Club is. We already heard so many things about this particular book, and again the book is bestseller totally hyped or everyone is reading these books. So it will be quite interesting to see whether I can use this principle into my real life or not, because I'm not a person who can wake up at 5 a.m. So as I already almost read the 5 love language, as I mentioned in my top 2 or top 3 book, so exploring the same concept of the relationship of men and women, I've included this particular book, which is Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. So this one is again a classic and a bestseller book to know the relationship between men and women and how we should communicate that there are less conflict. So it will be quite interesting to see how these 2 books are different or what's the similarity between these 2 books. Actually, I can make a video also on this concept if these 2 books have some similarity. Yes, I can do it. Comment below if you want to see whether these 2 books have some principle common which everyone should follow or not. And the next book I'm talking about is How to Be a Boss. Yes, Lily Singh. This book I wanted to purchase, then I asked my brother to gift me as a Rakhi gift. Yes, he gifted it to me, and since then I didn't read it. It's almost 7 to 8 months. Yes, I think so. Before this Rakhi, I have to finish this particular book, and I saw few of the videos of Lily Singh on YouTube. I kind of like those videos, so it will be quite interesting to see what she has written inside this book. But look at the cover. This is the only reason. Cover and the illustration and the paper. This is something why I purchased this particular book, that I just wanted to own this beautiful copy. So now it will be quite interesting to see whether I can finish this particular book on 2022 or not. But yes, I am happy to own this particular copy. Yay! So the next book is most recommended book by my Bookstagrammer friend, and yes, why not to include this particular book? And I'm talking about The Power of Now, a guide to spiritual enlightenment. Why I want to read this? Because the book has a concept which says that the problem does not exist in present moment. The problem is either in past or coming in future, which we are thinking and we get worried. So let's explore the present moment and see whether the problem exists or not. I think this book is about this concept, so I want to read it and see how this thing goes. Even I have Audible of this practical implementation of Power of Now by the author itself, so I want to listen that Audible. That's also one of the reason why I included it. Now moving on to the book, one of the controversial book which I want to explore just because of the controversy of this particular thing which I saw on BookTube or Bookstagram. I'm talking about The Subtle Art of Not Giving. Yes, so the book is again a bestseller and all these things, international bestseller, everything. But why I added this particular book into my TBR is because I follow 2 booktubers and both of them has almost same taste. Like I like those recommendation from both of them. I never found any book which they recommended and I didn't like it. But what happened for this particular book, one of them is saying that this is a must read, she is crazy about the particular book and the author, and the another booktuber is completely opposite of this particular thing and she does not recommend. So I want to know what's the why this opinion conflicting and which side I belong to, basically whether I would like this book or not. That's the reason why I want to explore. So my next read is from one of my favorite genre which I didn't explore much in 2021, but still I want to continue reading, and the book is Palace of Illusion by CBD Chitra Banerjee Divakarni. I hope I'm not pronouncing her name wrong. So the book is about the Mahabharata on the point of Draupadi. I already listened a Forest of Enchantment by her on Audible, and I kind of like that particular book and enjoy reading it, listening it. So that's the reason why I have chosen Palace of Illusion. Again, I was confused between 2 books from the same genre. One is Palace of Illusion and the second one is The 7th Secret of Shiva, which I wanted to read, and I think it's already in here. Yeah, the book is already here. I didn't started it yet, but maybe my next read, maybe hopefully, I don't know. But I was confused between these 2 books, and at the end I chose CBD. I don't know why, but yes. Now we are almost done with 20 books till now, and I'm left with the 2 books, and I'm ending this particular list from a specific genre which I didn't explore yet. Yes, even I don't know whether I am that person who can enjoy this particular genre or not, and I'm talking about the fantasy. So, and the book is The Nature of Witches. This book is about Clara, the only witch whose power is related to the season. Yes, I'm ready to dive into the seasonal witches concept and see whether I like the fantasy genre or not, the magic and everything. I kind of enjoy the movie, not based on this, like fantasy movie, magical movies, but I'm not sure whether it will, I'm someone who can enjoy reading it, because I didn't read Harry Potter yet. Yes, I'm one of those people who does not read Harry Potter yet. So I don't know, it will be my first book into this particular genre. So let's see. And now look at the cover, The Nature of Witches. I'm not judging book by cover, but it's pretty. Yes, it's pretty. Now the next and the last book into my 2022 TBR. The book is a trilogy. I think you have guessed it. If you did, comment below. The last book in the TBR list is not a single book, it's a trilogy, and I wanted to read this particular book before the series come on Netflix, but I could not manage, and then I watched the series first. Yes, I did. But as we all know that a series or movie adaptation is not that good as a book, so I wanted to read this particular book, and before the next season come live on Netflix, it will be good for me to read this particular book. And if you have guessed it, then comment below that what book you think. The book is Shadow and Bone. I recently purchased this book from Amazon just to add it into my TBR so that I can read it and finish it. This book I wanted to read since 2021, but somehow I could not find a perfect copy. Still, I'm not happy with the copy, so I might be changing it or buying it from somewhere else. But yes, this book is last book into my TBR. So this is all about my 2022 TBR, the 2022 books I want to read, the most hopeful books I am going to read in this year. And I try to cover most of the books from different author, because I want to explore more author in this year. So this is all about my 2022 reading list, my TBR, my hopeful of 2022. If you enjoy this video, then consider liking and subscribing to my channel. It will be helpful for me, and it will motivate me to make more videos. And if you want to see any specific review first, or you want me to start with any specific book, just comment below. I will definitely consider those book and will start reading. Till then, bye bye, be happy, enjoy your life and be safe. Bye bye. Thank you.